Scott Russell, just wanted to share a little bit of heart today. I think in this time of COVID and lockdowns and craziness in the world, there's so much pressure on families, and it's just been, off the charts. And so I wanted to just talk about, give a little example of something that's just happened in my life today. I have one of my sons that I haven't seen or heard of from probably about 3 years, and just in the last few days he's recontacted me. He's living in Lisbon in Portugal, and it's just been an incredible time, and I wanted to just talk about some of the background of that. Obviously details don't matter, but he left my life a boy and he came back a man, a spiritual man. There's plenty of men out there that have got the plumbing but they don't have the spiritual depth, that strength, and I think in today's world, being a man is being eroded. So I celebrate when men come along, and my son has come back, and even though he's still my son, I'd almost would call him my peer, eye to eye with him now, and have a deep respect for what's coming out of him. We've spent probably in the last 2 days maybe 7 hours talking together, and I'm just blown away at the freedom that's in him. I mean, some of the interesting things. He said, "Dad, he calls me father." He said, "I've been having dreams about the mark of the beast and the Third World War." And I thought, well, that's interesting, because I know a group of early 20s, he's 23 years old, early 20s men here in Australia, in Brisbane, that are having the same thing. They're not Christians, they're just normal everyday people, and they're having dreams about the mark of the beast and the Third World War. So I think here in the next few days I'm going to ask Daniel if he'd mind coming on and having a chat about that, and talking about what he's seeing, and because I think some of you all would be pretty interested in that. So, but it's been such an incredible time to have that, and when things sort of went that way and he took that detour, it was, to me, or I took the detour, whichever it was, I always felt that God was sort of laying on my heart the thought that it's important for our children to be able to stand on their own 2 feet because of what's coming in this world. If I am taken out of the picture, my children need to be able to stand strong and have a depth of their own. They don't need to be dependent on me or anybody else. They need to know how to stand strong, stand in the middle of anything, and not waver in who they are. And as Daniel's come back, I'm in awe of his life. Just as he's filled me on what he's doing, where he is, how he's living, I'm blown away as a father, and so in the next few days I'm gonna, walking down an underpass here, but in the next few days I'm gonna share that. Hopefully Daniel is happy to come on, and we'll do a live together, because I think, as I say, as I finish, I think it's very important, because many of us have had pressures in our family, and it's been, I want it to be an encouragement to you that God's got this. And where there's control, when we try to control an outcome, we'll always crash and burn, because it's only according to our ability. But when we're able to surrender, when a flow comes, sometimes that's left field. Things come to our life and we're like, oh, not really sure on that, but it feels right. But when my mind kicks in, there's so many unanswered questions and fear. And I think this whole time we could sum it up in fear, in one word, couldn't we? Fear. And as we learn to surrender that fear to the Creator, we realise how special we are. It's a powerful time. Of. I love it when people are who they are. It's not a threat then to have someone to be who they are, and all our job to do is, as we walk together, is to bring out the best in each other. And that's not a threat. I love that. I love seeing people reach their potential. I love to see them have no limits and understand that the limits that they're living are just the limits that they've placed on themselves. And I think as this world's going into where it's going, it's imperative that we understand our identity, our spiritual identity, and our depth of being. So with that, I'll say God bless you, and hopefully here we'll have a little recording with Daniel and I shortly.